Okay, one last question for this round, and this is from Heart Dog Agility. When using the mark bucket for agility, what do you do with regards to rewards if the dog did not perform the obstacle before the mark bucket correctly, such as dropping the bar on a jump or took the wrong side of the jump, then goes to the mark bucket? Does the mark bucket mean you performed that correctly? So do you call them off the mark bucket before they can get there if the obstacle wasn't performed correctly? Good question. Here's what happens with a mark trained dog. They see a mark bucket, they suck onto that mark bucket like you've never seen a tunnel sucking dog suck into a tunnel. It has the magnetic pull of like the Earth's gravity. And that's when you actually know you have a mark trained dog and can use them in the middle of agility and to use for different sequence work. So do I let my dog go to the mark after whatever task he was working on didn't go well? Here's how I handle it. That the mark itself is grounding and is kind of a confidence booster for the dog, just based on the dog knowing what it's doing. It's like simple math, 1 + 1 = 2. The dog can feel good and confident, which I think has a benefit even if the dog didn't perform the big task at hand correctly, that I believe it helps build resilience. But if I don't then praise my dog after hitting the mark, my dog knows the difference. And if I tend to have a neutral word that means that isn't what I was looking for. I know some people believe in silence being the way to do it. I've seen a study that shows telling a dog when they're warmer and cooler is more effective, and I've seen other ones that say you're better off saying nothing. But my tendency is naturally to mark mistakes by simple whoops, and I know my dogs don't think of it as negative because I can see in their body language. It's just information. And will they go ahead to the mark after the whoops? Yes. And did that give them positive reinforcement for the whoops? Based on the fact that my dogs will keep working and they learn and their attitudes stay really positive, I'd say running to a mark without me sending them to a mark after whoops has no negative and potentially has a positive, in that it's a confidence booster, builds resilience. My dogs feel good about themselves. So the way I see it is, once your dog is mark trained, meaning your dog has become the biggest bucket sucker on the planet, let's say in the universe, just to be clear, I mean big bucket sucking dog, see for yourself. See how training goes. See how much more willing your dog is to do this complicated math. I talked about that in another post, but it's just the way I see it is, if I start my dog on a mark, it's 1 + 1 = 2. The dog feels really good, confident going into the challenge. Then I ask him for more complex math, some strange multiplication, 13 × 7. The dog maybe struggles, maybe works through it, maybe gets a whoopsie by me, maybe I correct, I reset, get it done, send to another bark. 1 + 1 = 2. The dog can feel great about themselves. So I really do believe that this is different than running to a reward, because in that case I wouldn't want my dog to get the toy. But because the mark is yet another behavior and I don't have to praise that behavior, the dog will know, that wasn't the same as doing the whole thing right. So I hope this makes sense. And if it doesn't, ask another question because I will answer it and try to do a better job. Okay, till then, bye.